I'm looking at you, and you're 3 feet away from me.
Well, sometimes I just forget they're on.
I can't. No, but it's no good looking 3 feet away.
Yeah.
Up close, good.
Yeah, that's what you need them for. But sometimes I just keep them on because I forget they're on.
Oh my God, these are wonderful.
Yeah, there you have it.
And I tell
what happens when you get old?
And I tell you one thing. I do the NFL for Fox, the SAP, and this is what I use.
You're kidding me.
Okay. And
You don't have like boards?
No.
Oh my goodness! I don't know how you do that.
Pepe, please.
This is Spanish.
No, I
I
know.
don't care, man. I make my own board. I can't work off that.
We get
The flip card, yes.
We get the flip card.
Yes.
The day of the game,
Right.
Not before, and I use the flip card. But most
I
of the
can do
time,
that.
I do my notes and.
And that's it. And you
How
roll.
are your eyes? Do you need binoculars in a football stadium?
No. I do it from the studio.
From the
Yeah,
studio?
yeah,
So
there's-
you're going off an HD monitor and you're good to go.
Yeah. But I'm used to. I've been doing it for 25 years.
I got to use binoculars for football. It's not even like
Oh,
debatable.
if I'm at the stadium, I need binoculars.
It's wild how much variation there is.
Yeah,
City
from
to city,
stadium to
stadium to stadium,
Yeah.
right? In
Yeah.
terms of where you're situated, what you can and can't see.
When I was doing USC, I needed the binoculars.
But if MJD does get laryngitis, or if you need help on the Pac-12 network, Cappy's got you.
Oh, dude, listen.
Yeah, he's got your back.
I mean, listen, I tried to do this kind of act for years on Monday Night Football on the sidelines. They'd be like, yo, we need you to report on an injury. I'm like, okay. And then they'd send it down to me. I'm like, yo, here's the injury, but here's what I'm seeing
While we're
from
here.
the field
Yeah.
level.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I always tried to do something like different so I could be in. People would say, he's a sideline reporter. I said, no.
Sideline analyst.
Sideline commentator.
Oh, there we go.
Commentator.
You know who does that well? And I know he's a friend of yours, DeMarco Farr.
Yeah.
I say this every opportunity I get because he's been in every seat in broadcasting, right? But his ability to see this game, which is super complex intricate, and there's a reason why the coaches always say, I got to wait and see the film. I need the cut-ups. I need to see the coaches all 22 angle. DeMarco, he knows the crux of the play when it happens.
Oh, immediately.
Seriously, by the time we get it down to him, he knows not just what happened, but the why.
So let's talk about this team. We were talking to the guys, whether it was Aaron or Cam the last couple days, and everyone talks about just kind of this infectious energy with the young guys, right? Like, what are you seeing from some of the guys out here? Let's start with the young guys, and then just kind of your thoughts on where the veterans lie at the moment.
I mean, it depends how much stock you put in intangibles this time of year, right? The great part about being here is you're working towards wins with no risk of losses, and that's why this is so enjoyable. It's the spring training of football, and hope springs eternal. As it strikes me, I'm a natural Kool-Aid drinker, but I get that they're either fooling themselves or they're fooling us or they're right or they're onto something because the vibe that you're picking up is accurate. It's what I've sensed, since Sean McVay made the decision to continue his coaching career with the Rams, since the draft, since the first moment of OTAs where, they're younger. They're not as familiar, the household names that we've come to know and appreciate, many of whom have, either retired or go on to their next career stop. But there's a level of competition here that if you believe that the way that you practice here in July turned August affects outcomes in September and beyond, then for years the Rams have done their best to put themselves in a position to win on Sundays by maintaining their health and preserving their key players. Now they're grinding every day. And these incremental improvements, I don't know if it's going to produce wins, early in a schedule that has 4 Super Bowl contenders in the first 5 weeks. But if they can hang in there and these rookies can become, sophomores before this thing is done, I think they'll have a chance to get an NFC playoff spot.
Well, that is what this whole thing comes down to is what you just said, which is you've got frontline guys. Mm-hmm. You've got still a quarterback. You've still got an A-list wide receiver and a couple of B-list wide receivers. You need your offensive line to be healthy, et cetera. But it really just comes down to all the backup players seem to be super young, many of whom are late-round draft choices or undrafted. So it comes down to, can this coaching staff coach up young guys?
Yeah, they're teachers. And I think if you rewind time, one thing we maybe didn't appreciate was how hard it was to replace a Super Bowl winning coaching staff in a shortened off season. Like, a lot of those guys get bigger and better opportunities. And how do you assemble a group that is qualified and cohesive and can pour into the next group of players? I'm not saying that anyone did anything but their best job last year, but at least this year, coming off 5-12, there was a vision, there was time to execute it, and I think as much as anything that has Sean McVay excited about this particular group they've assembled is they have pure teachers in each of those position rooms.
JB Long, the voice of the LA Rams, with us here at training camp. Sedano and Kap, Pepe Mantilla, the great Pepe Mantilla, with us as well. The guy that stood out to me the first couple days running with the ones is Nacua, the wide receiver
Puka
from
Nacua,
BYU.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's just looked very impressive and doesn't look like the moment is too big. I understand it's training camp, but running with those guys, right?
Yes.
Running with the ones, you would think some kids would just you'd stick out like a sore thumb. That has not been the case with him.
I'll make two pretty lofty comparisons with respect to him as a rookie receiver. I've not seen the Rams try and ramp someone up this intentionally coming out of the draft since Cooper Kupp did it his first year. Sean McVay's first year in 2017. That's not to say he's going to put up statistics. Kupp is still here. He's still the Triple Crown Super Bowl winner. But the other is Robert Woods, and he wears 17 like Robert did early in his Rams tenure. And he looks like kind of a stockier, thicker Robert Woods from the waist down. And I think they could, if they do go back to some of those Sean McVay 2017, 18 offensive schematics, I think he can fit right into their three receiver groupings and be a factor early on.
Oh, that would be great.
JB, what about on the other side of the ball? You know, one of the things DeMarco said was they got to figure out how they're going to rush the passer because they lost a lot on the defensive side. Could you kind of jump into what they lost / what they're thinking about? Because I've been watching a lot of young, like I said, players like this guy number 0.
Yeah,
I was
Byron
watching
Young.
this guy, and he looks pretty good. I mean, he played at Tennessee, so I don't know if he's really going to be good, but I mean, it looks like he's playing pretty well here in practice.
Yeah.
So what they've lost, what they're trying to use to replace.
Yeah, let me start by saying the beauty of this Rams defense is getting Raheem Morris back because at least there's continuity. And I don't know why the Colts or someone else didn't give him his next head coaching opportunity. I think he deserves it, but I think the Rams are fortunate for this year and hopefully, not any more years beyond this to have him still with the Los Angeles Rams. The other thing is they're strong down the middle of the defense. There's a lot of unknowns out on the perimeter, but from Aaron Donald to Ernest Jones at middle linebacker and Jordan Fuller coming back as their center field safety, that's a good place to start, right down the center of the field. If your spine is strong, you can complement around that. And Donald is a game changer in so many ways, as I know you kind of documented with him the other day. But he doesn't just rush internally. At this stage of his career, he picks out his matchup and he goes wherever he feels like he can feast. And so what they have is a multitude of options. Unproven options, unknown options, sure, but they can be like a good pitcher who can change speeds and can let circumstances dictate, which lever they pull. If you're in third and long, you're going to have a different pass rusher out there than if you're in your base defense. It's been a 2-year project to replace Von Miller because there's very few who have ever walked the planet who are like him, and now he's in Buffalo. Von Miller's not in training camp. I don't think the next Von Miller is here either, but that's not to say that they can't influence and affect the opposing passer much better than they did last season.
The division is also different, JB.
Sure, yeah.
Obviously Arizona is going through a bit of a metamorphosis, right? Seattle, showed some life last year. I don't know how sustainable some of that is with them. Injuries obviously play a factor in all of this because it's all a big battle of attrition, particularly in this sport. San Francisco is strong, right? But the quarterback situation is a bit unsettled. So I do think, like you, I feel like if I had to predict a ceiling, I have them at about 10 wins. And I think the floor is at about 7 wins. But, if they can get 9 or 10, you're right in the thick of this thing in the NFC for a high playoff seed, in my opinion, especially if you can get to 10.
Yeah, I'm with you, Sedano. And look, it's never as good as it feels in the moment when you're at the top of the mountain, and it's never as bad as it looks either when you're kind of on the bottom trying to fight your way back up. And, I don't know what your investment strategy is, but mine, to the extent that I have disposable income to chase it, is when a blue chip is down 30, 40%, when it's off, I'm snapping it up, right? Because I'm making a long-term play. And right now, if I'm buying NFL stocks, I'm saying, hey, the market on Stafford McVay is down.
Yeah.
And I'm going to buy the bounce.
Yeah.
Because there's no way that given their track record and this stage of their career that they can't work together to achieve better things. And so, like you said, it's a war of attrition, and who knows what it's going to look like come Thanksgiving or Christmas or New Year. But if you tell me that Donald, that Kupp, that Matthew Stafford, my number is 45. If they combine for 45 starts this year, which means they don't miss more than 2 apiece or however that shakes out, you can't tell me this group isn't worthy of playing beyond the regular season.
And the NFC is not as strong as it once was, too, as a whole.
You tell me, besides Sirianni and Hurts in Philadelphia, you tell me an NFC coach-quarterback combination that you're 100% certain is better than what the Rams have.
You're not. That combination, you don't, right? Like, I mean, Shanahan is a great coach, but I don't know what the quarterback situation is.
I don't know which one of those three guys.
Now, you can sign up for different futures. You can say, hey, I like the horizon on these guys, or I like their contract structure.
Yeah.
But in terms of resume and this 1 year window of time, Who do you like better
Yeah.
than Stafford and McVay?
And that counts for a lot. I have a question for all of you guys.
The panel, if you will.
When I had the fortune to do Kobe's all
Yeah.
games, and I was talking to him, and one day I was asking him if he could see the future because he was that good. He said, "No, Pepe. You know what? I know one factor in sports which is anticipation."
Mm-hmm.
And he was really good at doing that. In one sport that anticipation is very important is this. Really,
Yeah.
you guys all are familiar with that, because if the player doesn't anticipate what's going to happen, if he doesn't see what the guy is doing when he moves this way or this other way, and they're in a 1-1 cover or zone cover or whatever, that's it. That could be
Especially
the
on
game.
defense.
That could be
Especially
the
on
game.
defense. Yeah.
You made me think of two things. One, when the Rams start, 12 different offensive line combinations, their first
my
12
God.
games
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
You think about that synchronicity and the cohesion you lose when one piece goes down. When you're supposed to be moving in sequence and the guy next to you is not doing what he's supposed to do, or is playing out of position, or you don't know which way he's going to go, that just compounds itself, right? You can't tell me that some of those injuries were just a lack of anticipation and familiarity, like you said. And since you dropped Kobe on us, how about Pepe's timing? Look at today's practice report right here, right where we are,
Yeah.
the Mamba period.
Oh, wow.
Sean McVay
really?
and the Rams carry that legacy forward. Their most competitive period of practice each day, they still call it the Mamba
And
period.
what does this period consist of?
Red
do you know?
zone one-on-ones today.
Okay,
Red
gotcha.
zone one-on-ones before they go to full 11-on-11, which, I
Okay.
mean, look, what reason do you have to come out to Rams camp besides the beautiful weather and the company here on 710? How many more times do you get to see Matthew Stafford and Aaron Donald on the same field going head-to-head? Like that only happens in one setting that we have eyes on, and it's right here at UC Irvine.
See, that's amazing by
that's-
JB. Why can't you be like JB, Cappy?
I mean,
He's so articulate and perfect.
And the voice is just incredible. I mean, the pipes.
Oh, he's got great pipes.
And just the whole description of.
See, that's
of what
funny
he's- and
because
the
Aaron
cell.
Donald. I heard Aaron Donald talking to PR like, "Why can't Cap always interview me? Why do I always have to sit with JB?" That was so much more fun and entertaining.
By the way, JB will be back again on Thursdays after our show
Okay.
with Rams All Access, back for another season along
Love
with
it.
him. When DeMarco Farr will always preview the week ahead,
Thanks,
so that'll
Morales.
come up.
Appreciate you plugging that.
And Cappy is talking about a little bit more JB on Sedano and Cap every week, so we'll have to figure that out.
Yeah, we got to figure that out in your schedule. I know, there's a lot of stuff going on, but we want to
JB,
have
so
more
you know,
JB.
it's like Pepe says. Pepe's like, oh, he's such a nice guy. He's such a humble guy. Like, hey, JB, I'd like you to maybe come on the show once a week. And he's like, I don't. You don't need me. I got nothing for you. I'm like, no, you do. Don't worry. Trust me and Sedano. We know what we're doing. He's like, nah, you don't need me.
It's
I'm
mostly
telling you.
because I don't want to get roped into any kind of onion and the beard sort of thing.
Oh.
Alice. I'm still
Don't wanna get
scarred
caught up in a
from
bit.
from years ago.
Oh, really?
Well, years ago there was.
his
It's
bits
funny.
still give me nightmares.
You were scarred by an LZ bit.
That's true.
Cappy was scarred
Mysterio.
by LZ as well.
Yeah.
There's scarring. There's a lot of scarring
There's
there.
a lot of scar.
I mean,
I'm much more at ease with this group.
yeah.
there you go. We're more his kind, his people. Me and Pepe. Yeah.
Really?
Exactly.
There you go.
Yeah, you.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm not his people.
I don't know. You need to pass a couple of tests.
A couple
Yeah.
of tests, Cappy. Pepe needs. You got to pass some tests.
Really? Some tests?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
They're not easy tests.
No, it's easy. Es muy difícil.
Muy difícil.
See. JB, thank you for hanging out with
Thank
us.
you both. You know, I
Appreciate it.
Thank you,
respect all of
JB.
you and enjoy your company,
Thank
but Pepe, always an honor to see
Oh,
you in
yeah.
particular.
I mean,
great
The honor
Pepe
is all
Monday.
mine.
Oh, man.
All right, we'll take
Love
a quick
fest.
break. Hear from Rams Camp in just a moment. We're going to play Radio Tinder, of course. The award-winning Radio Tinder brought to you each and every day by our friends.
George, before you tell people about the great Jacob and Ronnie,
Yeah.
get your tickets to join Sedano and Cap live from Rams training camp Thursday. Of course, Beto Duran will be in the house sitting in for Cappy. The guys will talk to Coach. That's Thursday. Get your tickets now at therams.com/training camp. See, Sedano, I gave you a little some moment
yeah,
there.
a little time there.
See there? We're a team.
Yeah, there's an ant on my...
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Hey, by the way, let me tell you about my guy Jacob, who I saw at the Dodger game the other day with his lovely family. But if you're injured in an accident,
The Australian Pink Floyd Show. Dark Side 50 Tour. Saturday, August 12th. Peacock Theater, formerly Microsoft Theater, performing Dark Side of the Moon in its entirety. Plus favorites from Wish You Were Here, Animals, The Wall, Metal, Relics, and more. Tickets on sale now at AXS.com. The Australian Pink Floyd Show. Dark Side 50 Tour.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old...
You know what we do at this time. Radio Tinder time. We like to play a TV theme, but how about today, Cappy? A movie theme.
Tell me.
Because on this day in 2014, Guardians of the Guardians. I screwed that up. One more time.
So small market.
It was small market.
God.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 hit theaters. Is that better?
That's really good.
This
Strong
is the theme.
finish.
You hear
The
it.
Guardians of the Galaxy ride at Disneyland and Disney World is out of control.
Have you been on that, Cappy?
Haven't been on it.
No?
I don't think.
It is. It's pretty hectic. It was one of those when I took my kids to the one we were at Disney World, and I took my kids on that. And now they're tall enough to be on the ride, but it was one of those that once we got on and the first 10 seconds of the ride, I said, "I've made a terrible parenting decision."
Yeah? Why is that?
These kids are going to be terrified.
Is that the one that drops you?
Yes.
Up, down, drop. It's very fast.
Oh.
Wait,
And,
there's one at
Used to be the
Disneyland, too?
Hollywood Terror.
Yeah. I would imagine California Adventure has to have it too.
Do they, Laura?
Yeah.
Yeah.
According to it's at California Adventure.
Yeah,
At the
and
Adventure line.
first of all, the line is ridiculous. Like you have to do the app, and it takes like hours to get on. But yeah, and poor Mateo he just kept saying like, "I'm getting scared." I'm going, "Oh, this is not good." But he survived because it was so fast.
Yeah,
it happened so quickly that whatever. But my daughter didn't like it at first, but now she talks about it like she wants to go on it again. But yes, it was a terrible parenting decision.
Let me tell
but
you.
a great movie and a great ride.
Let me tell you what's going to happen to you, and you're going to love it when it happens.
Yeah.
when your kids are old enough that you don't have to wait in line with them at Disneyland and you can be the single rider.
Yeah.
All 4 of you can be single
We've been
riders.
over this. It's not fun.
It is so fun.
You're just the awkward
Yes,
guy.
it is.
No.
You think it's fun, Laura?
No.
It's so fun.
Listen, I don't like to wait in no lines.
But you
So
want to
if
be
I
single
can go-
rider with a bunch of strangers?
No, but here's what happens.
Just use
I
the
don't
app and
care.
get
The
the
pictures are
book
great.
the things.
More often than not, when you and your 4 people go through, you wind up going in anyway together. So you don't have to be a
No,
single rider.
not
No, it's
always.
true. I found this out.
No.
I did it. I'm telling you.
Sorry, Kathleen, I don't
Oh,
got your juice.
Sedano lost it. That's amazing.
I don't have your
Sedano's choking on the air.
So wait a second. Let me get this straight.
Yeah, go ahead.
The 4 of you are claiming you're single riders, like you don't know each other.
5 of us.
5 of you, and then you get to the ride, and you're like, single rider, yep, single rider, yep, single rider, and then you just happen to all ride together anyway.
That's
Pretty
not how
much.
that works. That's not how that works.
Why? Because
That's
you don't want
kind of
anybody
genius,
next
to be
to you,
honest.
or what?
No.
Laura
We-
says that's not possible.
No, it's we don't mind.
It's go ahead, Kat.
We're just single riders. So, Pepe, my kids are old enough now that I don't have to, like, wait there with them because they're 5 years old. So the kids are all like, well, if we can get through, I'm like, guys, we're doing everybody else here a service. You got to fill in one at a time. So we're making the line shorter and we're making the ride move faster. So
Wait.
Ben, the engineer. Ben, can you pot up Laura a little bit more so we can hear Laura a little bit cleaner?
You make things very
Thank you.
complicated.
no, they have a
Thank
single rider line at Disneyland.
They do.
Okay.
Here's the thing.
Go ahead, Laura.
My question is, Cap, do you all sit in the same little cart? Because that's
No,
not really
not
possible. Some
always,
like 1 or 2.
But sometimes, right? Like, so let's say 2 of us are in the front and 3 of us are in the back, and we have 2 people that we don't know.
That's
and in
very
the back, they
rare,
have
though.
one. I'm just telling you, that's
Well,
how it
That's
happens.
Cappy's rare, let's be
Listen,
honest.
Yeah,
I
right.
go a lot.
Yeah.
I know
go
you
a
do.
lot, Cap.
I know you
go
do.
a lot. So it's rare if, like, for example, on Space Mountain, we did single rider. I went first, and then I think, like,
The boo went.
Christian was, like, the 4 cards down or whatever, right?
Okay.
His cousin was in the next one. So you don't always
That
go
is
together.
true.
You might go quickly, but you guys don't ride together.
That
don't
is
be
true.
lying to the people.
And I don't have. Well, no, I don't have any problem not riding with my kids. If it's
Me
faster,
neither.
if it's faster, I'll just ride
Yeah.
by myself.
All right,
I
Radio
tell my
Ti-
boyfriend all the time.
See? Radio Tinder time, sitting in for producer Laura, who will be back at some point this week.
Producer Laura's here.
Lindsay.
Excuse me,
Yeah,
sitting in for producer
Lindsay.
Lindsay is the great one. Producer Laura, you can follow her on social media at @unique_ if you want to. I would follow.
UNEEQ.
I forgot about the second E. I knew I was going to screw it up. That's why I didn't say it.
Small market.
I didn't say it, so it's not small market. Thanks to our sponsor, Tequila Mandala. Always swipe right on Tequila Mandala. Take it away, producer Laura.
All right, Cappy. Again, this one is for you. I saw this and I'm like, oh my God, Cappy would love it. So Gwyneth Paltrow has a message for her fans. I'm going to play some audio for you guys.
Hi, I'm Gwyneth Paltrow. Welcome to my Montecito home. Behind me is my beautiful little guest house, which I'm about to list on Airbnb. Welcome! This is our guest house. This is nestled right in nature, so you can come and have a zen moment with lots of light and fresh air. Another amazing thing we can do when you come and stay is we could have a little chef's dinner together in our wine room. And you can select whatever bottle of wine you like, and we can have a fantastic, cozy dinner with your guest and my husband. This is a really nice place to come and relax on one of the chaise longue in the sun, have a nice swim. I have everything all set up and ready for you. Cannot wait to host you in the guest house.
All right.
See you soon.
All right, guys. I know that was a little long, but I wanted you guys to hear the whole thing. So if you guys had the ability to rent out your guest house to
No.
a total stranger.
Hell no. Swipe left 6,000 times. Absolutely not.
No.
No chance in hell.
No.
No. I mean,
Okay.
I wouldn't Airbnb her guest house either unless we're getting the Goop products or whatever, you know?
So let
that
me
she has.
just understand, though. So she's offering you her guest house and a chance to hang out with her?
No, just
Yeah.
the guest house.
No, she said
No,
like
with
you'll
her.
They say host you, but she's not really going to host you.
No, she says on there that she'll have dinner with, you will have dinner with her and her husband.
How much?
I don't know. I didn't check that part, Cap.
Oh,
I was kind of
that's
rushing
such
through
a-
this.
Why
Sorry
I'm
about
not? Why I'm not surprised when you ask how much?
that. Cap is
Well,
interesting.
because well, let me ask you a question, Pepe. If I told you it was $100, would you have interest in that?
No.
Okay, if I told you it was $10, would you have interest in it?
No.
Okay, so you have no interest. For me, if you told me, hey, Gwyneth Paltrow is going to host you and Rachel, you're going to stay in her guest house, you're going to get zen, you're going to have dinner with her and her husband, and you know what? It costs $5,000 a night, I'm not interested. $250, maybe. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference. That's why knowing how
So
much
the
it costs is
difference for
important.
you is the price.
Right. Yes, I'm interested in hanging out with Gwyneth Paltrow. I'm like George. I'm interested in a lot of her products. I'd like to try them. You know?
They're on there, by the way. The message was even longer than what I played, but her products are in the guest house. You can use them.
See? So I need to know how much it costs.
Okay.
I will find that out.
You
for
are not
Kevin.
interested. You know, George, it's funny. I got a friend of mine. He's got a house and he's got a bunch of land. And
There's no price yet. The booking opens August 15th.
And he put an Airstream like on his property, and he Airbnbs it to people. And I also thought kind of like, well, isn't that weird? Like you walk out your front door and you got this beautiful farm, and then you got these people Airbnbing your Airstream. It's like, no, it's great. It pays for stuff around
It's only
here.
got a queen bed though in the guest house.
Only a queen bed, huh?
Yeah.
I don't mind.
It's kind of small.
I know. I don't mind. I can sleep anywhere.
You can do more things. Just saying.
Right. Go longer than 15 minutes. I won't talk to you about that, Pepe. We know that bothers you.
You learn.
You happen to just ask.
That is none of your business, is what you told me.
That's what I said.
See.
But you asked him a very...
And I'll repeat it again.
You asked him a very specific question out of nowhere last week.
You did.
I realized afterwards I should have rephrased the question to get the answer I was hoping for, which I would do.
I've been around for.
I know.
mean, I'm Mexican, but I've been around.
No, what are you talking about?
Ay, Dios mío.
See.
All right, what's
I mean,
next
it's kind of
one?
like that camp.
You get a
Cam
one-night
Akers
stay, Cappy, but
question,
on
you know.
August 15th we can revisit this.
Okay,
There you
August
go.
15th. I'd like to but I'll tell you right now, it's going to be very expensive.
Probably.
You know,
yeah.
surprisingly, some aren't. I remember when like DJ Khaled had his like sneaker closet thing or whatever, and it wasn't even like that expensive. A lot of times they do it for charity,
Right.
Or just to help Airbnb and stuff like that. So it might not be as expensive as you think, Cap.
I know Montecito hanging out with Gwyneth Paltrow.
Just saying. All right. Anyways, moving along. A new ride is about to open Cedar Point, the popular amusement park in northern Ohio. You know, we got to show some love to Ohio.
Sandusky,
Stated
Ohio.
that
Shout out.
Yep, stated that they're reimagined a version of their iconic Top Thrilled dragster ride, and it will debut next summer. So it's been 2 years since the roller coaster fanatics have been able to ride the Top Thrilled dragster, which sent riders on the air at 120 miles per hour in just 3.8 seconds. The previous ride was forced to shut down when a mishap led a woman being seriously injured by a metal bracket that flew off the coaster. Now, I don't know. I love roller coaster rides, but I honestly don't know if I would ride this. But would you guys be down to be one of the first people to tackle on this ride?
No.
Swipe left or swipe?
Swipe left.
Sedano's just like, I'm not going to let you finish. No.
No.
Cabby?
I'm a swipe right.
No.
Oh, okay.
I said no.
Although I will just tell you, I saw
Okay,
a story
Pepe.
recently about a roller coaster at an amusement park, and
That was broken?
and it broke. And what happened is it went backwards for like 12 minutes before they could stop it.
Yeah, I saw that.
The
So-
spinning one?
Pardon me?
The one that was spinning? The one
I-
didn't stop spinning for like 10 minutes?
Yeah. Where was
Yeah.
that one? I don't remember. So, but
I don't remember, but I saw it on social media.
But I gotta say, like, that's part of the thrill of roller coasters is not knowing if you're going to make it or not. These things are.
No.
No.
It's not.
No,
Oh,
it's
are
not.
you kidding me?
That's
No
not
What's
the-
wrong with you?
That's not the thrill. I thought the thrill is,
No.
hey, this roller coaster is doing 120 miles an hour. It could go off the rails at any minute.
It's
That's
the
part of
speed.
that's the adrenaline rush,
The-
isn't it?
The speed is part of the thing.
You know, like
Aye,
upside down,
Cappy.
like straight down. Isn't that not really? I thought the whole thrill
No,
of a roller
man.
coaster is this thing could go off the rails and I could die on this thing. I thought that was the thrill of it.
No. I want the whatever minutes that I'm going to get of a thrill, and I'm chill. Like, I don't need to figure out if I'm going to survive and I need to have a will ready. Like, that's not what I'm trying to do.
Well, it's a lot less than 15 minutes, girl.
I mean,
You get that thrill in
Anyways.
like a minute.
no, Cap, no.
I
no, we
don't
don't. No.
like roller coasters. Period. You know why?
Well, then why'd you come on this show?
Because yeah. See,
You
See what
do
I
like
mean?
roller coasters.
See what I mean?
Okay, we're not giving you the same thing every day like other
No.
shows.
This is a roller coaster. Why do I have to go to a roller coaster?
Exactly.
You don't have to.
Life is a roller coaster.
See?
Right.
Life
Why
is a
do I
highway,
have to
Pepe.
go?
as Somebody once said.
I want to drive it all night long.
Exactly
There
right.
you go.
All I want, Pepe.
All night
I was going to
long.
say something, pero mejor no digo nada because then I get
Sí,
in trouble.
gracias.
Okay,
All right.
now la próxima.
The next one. I'm sure we've all seen the Cardi B video of her performing at Dre's Beach Club
Yeah.
over the weekend where somebody threw a drink and, like I said, They have filed charges for that. But, artists are coming out to support her. And Fat Joe had something to say.
Okay.
You pay your money to see your favorite artist, then you throw phones at them, you throwing cups at them, you throwing ice at them. Do you love us or you don't? I tell you all the time, don't be impulsive, but when they violate you, you see how fast that return to sender. You see when they play tennis, they hit it right back. No, we're not glorifying this, but that's what it is.
So after I heard that, I was like, I don't know how I would react if somebody would throw something on stage. We've seen this happen with BB Rexa. We've seen it with Drake. We've seen it with Harry Styles. It's a trend right now. But I would want to know, would you guys react very similar or different to how Cardi B reacted this weekend?
I mean, clearly Cappy would. You saw how he threw that water bottle at me that one day.
That's right.
Right? Somebody throws something at me, I throw something back at him. I'm like Cardi B.
Yeah.
I'm like the Cardi B of LA sports radio right now.
Yeah.
That's going to show up in imaging for the next 10 years.
It is. Yeah.
I mean, I'm with Fat Joe, though. It's like, yo, you paid money to come see somebody perform, and you're throwing things at them with intent to hurt them?
Yeah.
What is that?
That's whack.
I tell you what that is. TikTok. That's what it is.
It is
Yeah.
the fault of TikTok. Yes, it's TikTok's fault.
And I tell you what.
Thank you, guys. By the way, our friends from El Torito just brought some
Oh,
That's
thank you,
insane.
guys.
fabulous
Thank you.
food. and
Thank
El
stuff.
you.
Torito.
El Torito here at Rams
Hey.
training camp the entire time. So
Hey.
Folks,
There
I'm
you
kind of
go.
hungry again.
There you go. And what Cardi did, I think it was the right thing. Although she's a lefty and she just threw it really hard.
She did.
that's a good job, Pepe.
That is Radio Tinder, brought to you each and every day at 5:30. Award-winning Radio Tinder, presented by our friends at Tequila Mandala. Swipe right on Tequila Mandala, award-winning small batch premium sipping tequila, made from the finest mature agaves, available everywhere fine tequilas are sold. Visit their website, tequilamandala.com, and demand the extraordinary with Tequila Mandala. All right, so they're still doing the Mamba drills, they like to call it out here for the Rams. Maybe we'll do a little play-by-play.
Oh,
of
I
that.
like
With
it. I like it. With
Pepe.
Pepe?
Since Pepe's here, we'll all do a three-man booth here
Nice.
coming up. Because the ones are running now. We'll be back in 2 minutes from Rams training camp on your home of the Rams, 710 ESPN.
I can do a little towel whipping.
You want to whip me?
Yeah, that's right.
Really?
Yeah, you know it, sucker.
By the way, on this day in 1964, the Beatles, Sedano, where'd Sedano go?
He left.
Oh, he's right there. Sedano's favorite band, the Beatles, A Hard Day's Night, hit number 1 on the Billboard charts?
1964.
1960. Pepe, you remember that?
Yeah,
You buy
of course.
that? Did you buy that 45?
Yeah, I did.
So did my pops. He has all of them still.
I think Sedano got into the El Torito. That's the problem.
The El Torito and Tex-Mex opening up in Redondo.
What's that little pizza they got over there? Bring that over. That looks pretty damn good. I'll tell you that right now.
So you're gonna. So wait a minute. So we ate lunch all together.
Right.
That little Italian spot
Right.
next to Houston's. Houston's we did last night.
Yep.
Then you're gonna have a little pizza, and then tonight we're doing the In-N-Out dangling onion. That's right, Laura. Carbs. But I think if it happens at camp, it's okay in Pepe's
Yeah.
house.
Look at Sedano. Sedano's putting down nachos.
Oh, he ain't messing around.
We got pickled jalapenos, little sour cream, guac. Looks like a little carne asada. I don't know what those tacos are. They look pretty fire. You know? I don't know what.
So what are you gonna go get? Go get it.
Well, I don't want to go get it. We're on the
We're
air.
doing a radio show,
right
Pepe.
now, we're
Yeah,
doing
but
a
I
radio
mean,
show.
They have Pepe there. He can
Yeah.
go get
No,
some. And I blame you guys for letting. I went to go get In-N-Out.
Okay. Okay,
so
Sedano comes back, and then I eat.
that
Okay.
you didn't like.
All right, let me go check it out.
There you go.
All right, go ahead, Sedano.
There you go.
All right, here
Like I
comes
said
Sedano.
before, whatever,
George, what did you
wherever
have any-
you go, there you are.
Okay.
So I had two carnitas tacos. They were delicious. Put a little lime on them. They were great. And just cilantro and onion. And I had a few of the chips with the nachos they had there. And that was it. It was delicious, though. From our friends at El Torito.
Great. You like El Torito?
I love it, Pepe. Come
I
on. We used to
love
do a
it.
lot
I love
of
it.
morning show remotes back in the day at El Torito.
Yeah.
The brunch is good.
The brunch is.
Nice.
And by the way,
Very
Yeah.
good.
Laura, have you ever had their chicken wings?
I
They have
actually
ribs
have.
there, too.
It's-
I have.
It's a quality chicken wing, right?
Very good.
It's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
You pair it with the Rams because they have like a Rams drink when you go to their bar. I'm like,
Oh.
oh, this is on point.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that. But that's
We
good.
should do a
It's really
Sunday fun day, Laura, with your crew. I'll bring my crew. We do a Sunday fun day brunch at El Torito.
I'm down.
That sounds
Let's
good.
do it.
Which El Torito?
I'm down.
The one in orange?
I like the one that's 5 minutes from my house because that way I can just stumble home.
I like the one that's 5 minutes from my house too, but we
Well,
can
the
make
one
it
in
work.
orange
We can
is
make it
by
work.
your house, right?
There's one in Torrance right by my house if you guys want to do that one. So.
Well, there's the one in Orange at the block, and then there's the one
block.
on Ball
All
Road.
right, let's do
Oh,
this.
really?
We got
There's
Matthew
one closer?
Stafford.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Wow.
Stafford in the gun. Looks right, throws right towards the sideline. Caught by Tyler Higbee near the
Higbee.
sticks. So Higbee with a short gain there. They'll go about 5 yards they'll give him. No, actually, they'll say 7 yards by the time he went out of bounds. So there you go. 2nd and 3 coming up.
Did you hear that, Cappy? The man had a carnitas taco in his mouth 90 seconds ago, and then just turns on the play-by-play pipes.
I'll tell you right now,
It was amazing.
those nachos are fire.
They are very good. Here's Stafford pump fakes, getting pressure, and they'll
Sacked.
say he's sacked. Yeah, in the backfield. Number 53 with the sack there. Who's 53? Oh, Ernest Jones, our friend who will join us a little later. Now, Cooper Kupp not available for the rest of practice, so we will be joined by Ernest Jones.
He heard Cappy was going to be here and said, nah.
Yeah, he didn't want to do the whole bit with the whole, dressing up thing.
What do you mean he's
in the
not
90s.
available? What does that mean?
He doesn't
not
want to come
available.
by and see you.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, after analyzing my drip at the Mandy's, I would think that Cooper Kupp would want to come over here. What's the story?
He's not available.
And
He's not available. I don't, how many times we got to say it there, Cappy?
No está disponible.
Correcto.
You really are a
There you
bonehead
go.
sometimes. You
Why?
know that?
Why is that?
You're a
Hi,
bonehead.
I
Cappy.
mean, you tell me he's not available. I mean, should I take that personally?
Yeah, you should.
Yes,
Okay.
it's you, clearly.
Okay. Okay, if you guys say so.
All I know is yesterday we had the head of PR artist on the air. You did a whole thing with him, and then today, Cooper Kupp not showing up.
That is weird.
Maybe when you admitted to artists what you did with Aaron Donald, they said no more.
Or
An embargo on Cappy.
perhaps
Yeah.
yesterday the whole Cam Akers issue.
When you asked him if he lives alone,
Right.
Yeah, maybe that.
Yeah, that part.
Well, Stafford is in the gun here, Cappy. Let's take a look at what he's going to do here. 3-step drop, looking left. Now fires one down the sideline. Got a man, incomplete. Batted away there. Nice job there by the defensive back.
Who was that? Tutu?
Number
Yes.
2, yeah.
He was looking for Tutu
It
Atwell.
was intended for Atwell, but Yeet with the pass deflection there.
You know, George, Stafford drops back. He gets flushed to his left. He's a right-handed quarterback.
Yeah.
He's able to turn his hips and launch the ball, but he throws it into double coverage, and he throws it by the sideline. So he's taking a calculated risk that he's either going to be able to complete the pass or it's going to be incomplete and go
Right.
out of bounds,
Right.
as opposed to getting intercepted by the two DBs that were all over Atwell.
Correct. That was Yeast, not Yeet. Sorry, my bad.
It was Yeast, not Yeet.
Yeah. Yeast. Russ Yeast. Number
Russ
2.
Yeast.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I love that name. It's so
Well, you like yeast?
Tutu Atwell.
Tutu Atwell, the wide receiver
Good
from
name.
Louisville, I believe.
Good name.
Yeah.
It's not a great name because there's another name that's even better.
All right. We got 5 receivers out here, Cappy. Now Stafford in the gun. Trips to the left.
Puka Nacua in the slot,
Yeah.
George.
Stafford looking over the middle.
Ooh.
Now goes right, and it is incomplete.
Oh,
Out
flags.
too far. Who was the intended target there? I couldn't see.
It looked like it was Higbee, and it looks like there's a pass interference penalty, George.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
there
is.
is a flag
Yeah,
on
it
the
is.
play, yes.
It is.
Tyler Higbee, the intended receiver.
Tyler Higbee is a big target. Man.
He is a big old rascal.
Yeah.
He is.
So now the special teams looks like they're going to get a little run here, Cappy. Your guys.
Well, this is Tanner Brown, the kicker, the rookie out of Oklahoma State, George. I had to talk with him before the practice. Mm-hmm. And he's 23 years old. He's from Australia. I told you the story the other day about how he came over here to the United States, wanted to play football, went to San Diego, met with John Carney, the former great Charger, Saint, Giant kicker. And then he found himself at Oklahoma State, 22 of 23 last year on field goals, and here he is, the only kicker in Rams training camp here.
There he is, and he puts one up, and it is no
good. To the right.
good.
Missed it
Pushed
right.
to the right, yeah.
So this practice was situational football. They were running a 2-minute drill. They got down into field goal range, bring in the kicker, and he missed the kick.
That was a 52-yard attempt.
It's a little bit windy.
It is.
It is windy.
You could see the flags pushing to the right.
To the right, yeah.
And they're moving. They're going to do a field goal session here. They're moving the field goal post up to about the 20-yard line, and it looks like right now they're at about the
15?
30, 40, about. I think we're looking at about 42 yards right here. Dead center of the field.
All right, Cappy, tell us what he's up to here.
Well, he just was trying to fix what he did the last time.
And
He was able to
right
get
down
that
the
one.
pipe.
That's good.
No problem. All right, they've moved it over to the left hash now,
Yeah.
George.
This kind of ruined our play-by-play
It
opportunity.
really did. I mean, nobody really wants to hear field goal play-by-play.
I mean, it was much better when we were actually
Right.
having live action.
There was something going
in
on.
that scenario. In the meantime, Cappy, now we've been here, 3 days?
Yep, it's day 3.
Day 3. You were talking about Puka Nacua.
I like that.
We've had now JB and DeMarco rave about Puka Nacua to us. You have made your own observations about Puka Nacua, the kid from BYU running with the ones.
Well, I mean, listen, when you're when you're watching these kinds of practices, when you're here, like all these thousands of fans are, everybody's getting a roster. And when you watch guys make plays and you go, hey, who's number 17?
Yeah.
And then you go, okay, that's some guy named Puka Nacua, who's a rookie out of BYU, and he was drafted in the 5th round. And you're like, okay, well, I don't really remember him playing in college too much because BYU was an independent and you never saw him on TV. At least I don't recall.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow.
Part of the Big 12 now.
Yeah, like, kid drafted that late who's already running with the ones. Is it because the Rams have a shortage of wide receivers, or has this kid done enough in the offseason and in the OTAs to impress this coaching staff that they're giving him this kind of run?
Well, the conversation that we've heard from a lot of people is that he is not Cooper Kupp now, but similar in regards to the way Cooper Kupp kind of surprised people in his first camp here out of Eastern Washington.
And what I've seen right now is he's really quick, and he creates separations right away.
Yeah, he does.
And that's very important.
Good route running.
Hey, nice job by you, Pepe. I mean, that's like instant scouting right there.
I mean, this man was calling Vince Ferragamo's
I
games.
understand, but I'm
You were
saying,
in diapers back then.
I know it, but I'm telling you, that's like instant analysis right there.
Yeah.
I mean, you just come out here, you take a couple of looks, and you know what you're looking for, and I can appreciate that.
No, because you mentioned number 17, and right away I noticed number 17.
Right. Guy's good, right?
It's a good number.
Good young ball player.
It's a good number.
By the way, our friend Kirk Morrison will join us in a few minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
One of the fiercest linebackers to ever play the game.
Yeah.
Anybody try those ribs?
No.
I think I saw somebody grab some ribs. Who was it that grabbed the ribs? Who grabbed the ribs? Oh, there we go.
Yeah, how are they? They look fire.
Solid.
Really?
There
Off
you
the
go.
bone. They fall off the bone.
Is that a giant lemon water they brought or something more tawdry?
Is it lemonade?
Oh, beautiful.
There you go.
a cool, refreshing drink?
Yeah, tawdry's a great word. You don't hear that word.
That's another one we took from our old friend Mama.
Hey, Master.
By the way, it's coming back again, the Ultimate Fantasy Football Experience, Friday, August 18th at Hollywood Park Casino. You can be there. Get your friends together right now and register at ESPNLA.com. We'll be there. I think I'll be there.
I forgot that Tommy from the Fun and Games department was here to my left, and he looked up right
we had lunch together
when you mentioned the fantasy experience.
Well, he's the chairman of the Fun and Games department. Right. Hollywood Park Casino, eat, drink, draft. I believe Beto Duran will be there with us that Friday.
Shouts out to you, Tommy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You there, George? You at Hollywood
What
Park
day
Casino,
is
the
it?
Friday, August 18th. I believe you both are
on vacation.
Yeah, you're both on vacation.
Wow.
Yeah.
But we got the party started. Beto's going to be there.
Oh.
Kirk's going to be there. DeMarco Farr, our new friend Marcus Grant, Corporate Greg, myself.
Corporate Greg's making a lot of liners.
Yeah,
Really.
he is.
Yeah, well, listen. We got to use what we got.
Yeah. Corporate Greg made an appearance here
Ouch.
yesterday at practice.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, it's
your vacation.
Yeah, but he barely said hello to us, and
I know.
then he skedaddled.
Right, he acted like he didn't know us.
He did.
He's like, you
Wait,
guys good?
he
You guys good?
went?
You guys good? You
He
good?
was
You
here
good?
with friends.
Yeah. And then he was like, you good?
Yeah, he kept saying you good, and then he just
Good?
went darted.
All right.
Yeah.
And then
I was like, do you want me to meet your friends? He's like, no, we're good, we're good.
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
Yeah, he's good too. Clearly. All right, we're going to take a quick break. DeMarco Farr.
No, Kirk Morrison.
Sorry, Kirk Morrison is going to join us here moment. So, what are you laughing at?
DeMarco Farr was a few days ago.
I know. Yeah, it was a mistake. Freudian slip.
I understand.
Yeah. So Kirk Morrison, our friend, is going to join us here. Who you were, Christopher? You were wondering if he even remembered us because you thought he was big.
Well,
time
he's
before we
doing
got here.
Sirius Radio over there.
Right, Sirius, not just Sirius Radio, but also Sirius
NFL
FM.
Radio.
Both, yeah.
And for like 5 minutes, he acted like he didn't know us.
Yeah.
Really?
He said hi to me right away.
Came in, gave me a big bear hug. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Nice guy.
3 hugs. 3 hugs.
He did
Intro
my
hug,
podcast, though.
middle hug,
I think
and
you
goodbye hug.
Did
Oh,
you
that's
get
right.
multiple
And by
hugs?
the way, he recently appeared on producer Wara's
Oh, we
podcast.
got to ask him about that. Yeah, we got to ask him about that. All right, so we're back in a couple minutes from Rams training camp. Ernest Jones, their middle linebacker, also set to join us in the final hour. Got big deal or no deal in there in between as well. Stick around. You're home of the Rams, 710 ESPN.
Of course, today is Military and First Responders Day. And here, thanks to our friends at Bud White, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. You know how you have the hashtag Great Friends that I now use on social media?
Yep, I do.
Great Friends, like you and Billy Ray.
Old school.
What if we did the hashtag 710ESPN, hashtag funny people?